Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin Allen. If you're new around here, for the last 2 years I've been living in my van. Until recently, had a shop and a house in Denair Beach, Saskatchewan, which was a great little support property for my van life. But if you've been following along, about a month ago we had a fire run through my home community and we lost about 270 to 300 homes, including my property. This video is just going to be basically a reaction of me walking around my property, inspecting it and telling stories from the past. I hope you stick around and check it out. Afterwards, I'll go over my mental state, which is surprisingly I feel is doing really well. The garbage can almost made it. Oh my. A brand new trailer. Oh, my little kitty cat. Oh, there you can see my motorcycle. Wow. I wonder how stable the concrete pad will be afterwards. All right. Should have borrowed my work boots from work and brought them home. Got the spare set. Right here's my toolbox. See? And we literally, the company I work for just started supplying our tools at work. Usually mechanics have to supply their own, and I just brought those home not too long ago. But I'm not as worried about losing my tools as I am this toolbox here, which I was kind of hoping. In the picture it looked a lot better than it does in real, but this right here is my dad's toolbox. I inherited that from him. He passed away when I was 2 years old. He was an implement mechanic. Wrenches, drill presses. Yeah. Wow. Just melted that aluminum. That is amazing. Slightly used KLR for sale. Only had 1,000 kilometers on it. Oh yeah, like you can see where the concrete popped up. Oh, there's my impact gun. It was a Milwaukee impact gun. Push behind the door. Table saw, I guess, I think. Look at this. this right here. The soundboard for my piano. I'm gonna clean that up. So I think it actually might be copper. If it is, I'm salvaging that, because if that's copper, I don't know if it goes for scrap, but a couple bucks a pound. Might be worth some money if I can get it to somebody, a scrap dealer. So, yeah. That was another toolbox I had. I was kind of actually hoping that might be in better shape. Yeah. With a little pit bike. One summer I'd ended up getting 3 of them in trade for, well, I forget what it was. I traded, oh, an old Skidoo I had. And Dustin and I one day fixed 2 of them up. Oh man, we had a good day running around the beach. Just we were like kicking each other. Those little things will do about 40 kilometers an hour. It was a lot of fun that day. And of course, we just blew the engines up because we were being idiots. But oh yeah, okay, that was the glass doors. I had glass doors. Well, this is my house. As you can see, it not very big. It's never one of those people that wanted to have a big house. I don't get too close to it, but wow, eh? Stove, kitchen table, and there's nothing left of the fridge. I don't think I have to worry about Freon in that thing. One thing I am looking for is the safe. We got a fireproof safe. Fireproof. This, I hope this comes back. I don't know how rose bushes work, but this rose bush here was planted by my father-in-law for his wife. And the story I always had in my mind, maybe I was told or maybe I just invented it, I don't know, but was that he, because he would get up every morning and she'd pack his lunch for him, right? And he planted that bush because right here was the kitchen windows so that she could look out and see this beautiful rose bush. I tell you, one of my daughter's friends from Saskatoon was here. I'm not sure exactly what her position was, but she was working with the firefighters after everybody had evacuated. And she came by and took clippings of the rose bush. So they're in Saskatoon right now and they're trying to propagate them. But I'm hoping the root structure in there is okay and that they come back. How these trees are doing, but try to be careful where I step. I don't want to put a nail through my foot. Cast iron griddle. I'm gonna take that out. Nail box. Sorry, Dustin. Canoe didn't make it. That looks like they had my garden hoses hooked up to the water of the house, so that's awesome. They tried. Wow, eh? Just look at how the fire got so hot it made the rocks shatter. Turkey roaster out here in the deck here, that's touch myself. All right, let's try not to get a nail or screw in my foot. Look, my clawfoot bathtub. I totally forgot about that. Oh, speaker for my guitar amp. The case of it, anyway. Oh, that would be the deep freeze. That was the deep freeze. Right in here was the back closet. Careful on the wall. I'm not sure how it looks stable, but down in this corner area here should be the fire safe. Tell you honestly, I don't think I want to go in there until I get some boots. I should have brought my work boots with me just to do this. Well, the whole house came down on top of it, so it's probably just in the rubble there. Yeah, over 20 years I've lived here, and both my daughters, this was their grandmother's house, like I said beforehand, and they grew up here. My youngest boy, Alex, grew up here. Um, and it was always a place for everyone to land when you needed a place to land. Very unfortunate. Yeah, I really don't think there's going to be too much to salvage. Yeah. Yeah. These bushes used to come right along here. Stepping from this telephone pole back. And it's what separated the two properties. And when I got married, we bought the second property and built our garage here. So of course, when the divorce came, one of the things I did, because your head is just not in a good place, so I bought an old rototiller. I refurbished it and got it running and fixed up and everything. And I spent a whole summer digging that, because it's a Tarragona? No, sorry, Spirea is what it was. Makes these really nice little white flowers. But yeah, I spent a whole summer digging that up just to give myself something to do. And then it took me like 8 years to get to establish here. We're on with the new line, right? This trailer served me all right for a trip to the beach anyway, or to BC for most of it. I wonder the advantage of a steel frame if it's salvageable. I have no idea. Just like the frame. Clean up, build another trailer on it, I wonder. Of course, you have to get a new axle. The brakes didn't make it out. Oh, look at all the steel beltings from the tire. This is a garbage trailer. Almost full of garbage, so I guess I don't have to empty that now. Another generator sitting there right next to the old bike. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, hopefully they'll do an environmental assessment soon. Nice to get this cleaned off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but at the very least I'm going to build a shed on here, I think. Something big enough to put my bike in over the winter. We'll see what goes on. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think. This tree here. I have a story about this tree. This was one of the most beautiful weeping willows. Weeping silver willow? I'll have to look it up. Remember correctly. But this thing, I don't know if you can see, it stood, like it was huge. It was double that. I think it was the tallest tree around and just beautiful hanging. And we had this horrible, horrible windstorm. Let me take a look at the trunk here. But it had split right here. And I believe there was a split somewhere here and a split here. And the trunk in the wind was turning like this. Three things were like a big spring. The thing was just... So, my neighbor at the time, he had long since had... Well, when I first moved in, the first neighbor I had there, we got together and decided something had to be done about this tree. Now, we couldn't find any of the property pegs, so we didn't know if it was his tree or my tree, but we just kind of both agreed that this was a problem. This is the year, like I had just built the garage. So what did I do? I climbed up there right about as far as I could with my ladder. I got the chainsaw out and I cut the top off of that tree and it fell perfectly here. Oh man, I was scared. I don't know why I did that. I could have hired an arborist to come in and do it. It's not like we didn't have them. And then I believe what it's called is a pollarding. I pollarded the tree, hacked her off the top, and the tree survived. Obviously not as tall as it used to be, but I really like that tree. What's that? Oh, that was the aquarium. It just even melted and... Those two big speakers were from, I think. Gas lantern. Yeah. Well, I think for the most part, emotionally, I'm feeling okay. Of course, these things can hit us later, so we're going to monitor for that. Things I regret losing in the fire. My dad's toolbox, for one. Definitely. So I can find some pictures of it. You can see little pieces of it right there in the corner. My grandfather's xylophone. I don't believe he was a player, but he bought this thing, and the story was, I think, in the 20s. All made of teak. Had that set up there. I had a tuba from when I played high school. The tuba wasn't, but that's what I played in high school. I got it later on. But yeah, that xylophone is unfortunate. I also had my grandmother's accordion. That was in there. Something like, I'm going to have to tally it up, but I think I had like 13 guitars in here between me and my youngest boy. Amplifiers, pedals galore. So, you know, losing the music is not a little disheartening because that's my stress relief. I'm not too worried about it, but Dad's toolbox, Grandpa's xylophone, Grandma's accordion, pictures of the kids growing up, but pictures, we'll get those back, no worries. From the family. I mean, different pictures, but yeah. The firebox should just be right in that corner there somewhere. I'm not going down there without boots. I mean, there's definitely a few things I regret losing, but that rosebush, I actually read quite a few books about rosebushes to make sure that thing was in good health. Yeah. No lawnmower, but I guess I still have a lawn I'm going to have to cut at some point. How's it going? Not too bad. Trying to find a way to come over and say hi.
They're both crazy old. Shelby, come on. It's okay. Talking to him. He's all right.
Hey man, thanks for all your service during this. Oh, sorry, I didn't quick grab your hand there, but
Sorry. Yeah, we all did our part. You want a beer or something?
sure, I'd come for a beer. Well, there we go. That was my reaction video. Checking out my property. Told a couple of stories. I don't imagine it was a very interesting video. Wasn't really trying for interesting. Was only really trying to document my van life. Probably, if you're a subscriber, been following along. I know quite a few of you have been extremely supportive of me going through this and have been checking in. So maybe you made it to the end. That'd be awesome. But how's my mental health doing through all this? Because I've definitely seen a wide range of emotions being portrayed as people in the community have gone through this, and just want to first off say, like, everybody's reaction is valid. You know, a lot of people lost homes. I don't know. I wasn't as all attached. I think I feel more like I just lost a house, that I didn't actually lose a home. But so, like, mentally, I've been doing really well. It's just, sometimes it felt a little surreal that, things are gone, that all I have and everything I own is just what's in the van right now. But I think I can attribute all this, or the way I've been feeling anyway, just to the way I've been living my life the last 4 years or so, like since the start of COVID. I've been trying to practice stoicism. And in my mind, that just means like just focusing on what's right in front of me, right? Because, it's like Yoda said, right? Be mindful of the future, be mindful of the past, but focus on the present. And for 4 years, that's really what I've been doing, is just treating everything like these are just the challenges I have to overcome, the challenges that were set in front of me in my life for me to overcome. And when I think of it that way, I don't know, it kind of almost makes the problems seem like they're not really a part of my life, just something I have to go through during a set amount of time. So I think definitely my practicing in stoicism has helped. I've done a lot of work on myself and just, I guess, being mindful of my emotions. If any of you knew me through, like, while I was going through COVID and when Alex's mother and I broke up and stuff like that, that was one of those moments that you just feel destroyed when you go through it. So I've definitely learned a lot of skills that way. I'm not as an emotionally reactive person as I used to be. I've been for the last 4 years trying to just remember that really the emotions that my body experiences is my body's way of communicating with my soul. They're not something that, I don't know how to explain it. They don't take over your life. So you feel bad emotionally, that's because something you went through you didn't like. I don't know. I just kind of try to treat it as communication, the communication between my body and my soul, if you want to say it that way. My emotions are not me, and that's just the way I've been living, right? And my emotions aren't me. They're just, like I say, this communication from my physical body to the spiritual side of me, or my soul, or however you want to call it. And I'm just not, I don't know, I just haven't felt like I've been breaking down. The stress I've been feeling, I have been feeling a little bit of stress over it, and a lot of that has to do with, well, for right now, I'm carrying 2 extra loans, which kind of seems like money that's just going to nothing, but insurance will eventually, I'm hoping in the next month or two, wash out on the old bike, the KLR, and that trailer I bought, and I'll get most of that, if not all of it, paid off, and then I'll be in a way much better situation. And then just financially, I haven't really been stressed about that. Just a lot of money got spent in the last month, traveling around and going through the evacuations. So I haven't really been, financially, as far as my Panama trip, which is coming up in a couple of months, and I've really got to start focusing on. I'm still 60% funded. I had a goal in mind of how much money I wanted to cash on hand before I left on my trip, and I'm 60% of the way. Easily, I'm thinking another 4 paychecks and I'll have the rest of it together. I haven't fallen into debt, so everything's going really well financially. I just, mentally and emotionally, I feel like I'm doing really well. I'm handling everything, and nothing seems to be overly stressing me out. So, as far as the videos going with my mental health and the fire, well, this is the last one. I'm just not going to, basically not going to put as much attention into it, because I have been monitoring myself internally, what's going on inside, and making sure that there's not something that I need to be focusing on, right? Sometimes stress would come out, and I don't want to take it out on people, and I don't want to injure the relationships I've spent these last 4 years building. So, yeah. My main focus going on is just going to be now my Panama trip. And, hopefully we're going to do some motorcycle camping. So, I just got to say, guys, pardon me, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Definitely. Thanks for all the support and reaching out and the comments. Greatly appreciate it. Maybe if you guys have been through experiences like this, down in the comments, you guys could leave, tell me your story about how you went through and how you felt about it and how, like, especially emotionally and mentally, how you handled situations like this. But I'm just going to leave the video here, and until next time, as always, you guys stay safe, have fun, live your life. Definitely, the last month, 6 weeks in my life definitely shows that you never know what's coming around the corner, what could happen. So don't wait. Take that trip, you know, take that chance. Go do those things your heart has just been calling for you to do. So anyways, guys, till next time, stay safe, and as always, have fun, and we'll see you next time.